today we got a spoiler, so you already know what time it is. Alrighty then, welcome back to Universe X, and amongst other things, it's been a little bit busy the week before that, so definitely been kind of trying to get a bunch of stuff in order, both personal and DBS, and content creation is kind of, I'm not really trying to put out like puff pieces right now, so I know like it's kind of been a little dusty in here, but just doing a bunch of things. Gonna be putting a lot of content on here. During that, it should be a lot of shorts. Maybe I'll upload a video, but it won't be the normal editing quality because it'll definitely be from my phone. And also on UniX DB, I'm starting a walkthrough from Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. So check that out. It'll be in the description, at least that other channel. So the news of today, as the title may suggest, is that today we had a leak from Italy, though. You guys remember when Dragon Ball Super said that we were going to be seeing first time at Nats a leader card from next set, actually. And a lot of people were wondering because it had the fiery blue aura. Some people thought maybe it was a Super Saiyan blue, and to be fair, we have had a Vegeta and a Gogeta that had auras like that. But the fiery blue aura, generally, it's Ultra Instinct. I know I was very vocal in the groups in my own Universe X about it being Ultra Instinct, and it would make sense because Ultra Instinct Goku is on the box, and it seems like they kind of want to build off some of their archetypes. You know, Turles got a color swap, but then they just released a bunch of multicolored stuff for him, as well as certain cards that interact with both colors. So in this case, yes, it looks like we are getting a Goku next set. So I'm going to put this on the screen. You'll see the template up, and then you'll see this card. The last thing I want to say before we get into it would be the normal plugs. If you want to see official announcements where this should have been leaked or posted, go to the official Dragon Ball Super card game group on Facebook. Link is in the description. We've also got the community group where we all talk and have a good time, where this did get posted. On top of that, you have Universe X, little ghost town, but it's still a group that I have. You also have our Discord, which is a little bit more lively, lots of channels for lots of different things. And then you have my homie, my buddy, TCGMetalZ, always making new cards. I'm sure he's gonna have a field day making a card for this one. And yeah, you can actually check out his site in the description. And if you find stuff you like, which you probably will because the whole product catalog is dope, use the code UNIX in the description to get 10% off your entire purchase. Helps him, helps me, all Gucci. Now, we are getting into the meat and potatoes. And right before we do that, I'm just gonna let you guys know, if you like the content, think about hitting that subscribe button, like, comment on the video. Actually, I want you to comment on the video even if you don't like it. I want you to let me know what I could do better, but also let me know your thoughts on this card. So, you have got on the screen, it's been here for a little bit, Son Goku Supreme Warrior. All right, this is his backside, okay? So you got permanent, you can't send cards from your drop area to your warp. So yeah, we'll get back to that. Activate main, once per turn, draw one card, then place up to 3 cards from the top of your deck into your drop area. Then you got activate main, sparking 20, add up to 1 mono red Universe 7 card from your drop area to your hand, then negate the skill for the game. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Look here, there's a couple things, like I said, we have to go over. One, this is literally the first card in the set, as we knew from the serial number from before. The things that are gonna stand out immediately is that this card is not a standalone good leader. You can't see anything on this card that sets it apart from other leaders on its own. So it's gonna be very archetype dependent. Now you got Son Goku Supreme Warrior, permanent, yeah, you can't send cards from your drop to your warp, which means this deck cannot overwhelm. No Fighting Against Fates, no Shrouded in Mystery Fu, no Mass Sand Secret Identity. That's a very, very, very hefty threshold in terms of power. Fighting Against Fate closes out games. Secret Identity clears boards. Fu closes out games, and just at a much later turn. And it's really gonna be a huge deal that this cannot use those things. Now, it says you can't send cards from your drop area to your warp. So I already have a couple of theories about this. That permanent is likely going to be on the front of the card too. You can probably already tell this deck is going to be graveyard based, drop zone based. I'm assuming it's going to still mill 3 on the front side, and that's why it has this permanent, because in a deck that can mill 3, this deck can produce a Fighting Against Fate on turn 2. This deck can produce Overwhelm consistently by burning through its life. So I don't think they wanted to be able to do that. So I believe this permanent will be on the front and the back. And I also believe that the Activate main, once per turn, draw 1 card and place up to the top 3 cards of your, from your deck to your drop area, will also be there. Now it may be a little more powerful on the front side, that second Activate main, because generally your front side is where you do most of the filtering, the back side is the business end. So I think that, yeah, both those 2 effects are going to be on the front side. Now, moving past that, when you can't use Overwhelm, the defining trait of a block previously and you know, a good part of the game for a while, they've got to make up for that in power somehow. Overwhelms are most of the times free cards at the cost of cards you've already spent. It would not surprise me in the slightest if this Goku was a very Vegex-like leader. It's milling 3. It might have some free play cards that come off the top of the deck. I can definitely see a free play Unison. Put in the grave with this effect, get that Unison going. Then the fact that yeah, like I can definitely see that. Like, imagine if it awakens via Unison being on board or being at 4 life, and you just can mill 3 cards, see a Unison, put the Unison on board, and then awaken. I can definitely see that. If they want to snap him in half, they make him an untapped 2 leader, because that's another part I'm going to get to about this. This is a red Universe 7 Sand Goku leader, which means that every single card that came out last set for Universe 7 is usable by this leader. You were going to be able to play the 1-drop Gohan, your normals if you want to, your challengers if you want to, definitely your divine presences. This guy will be able to use the entire set 14 U7 core in conjunction with whatever good cards he gets, if he gets any good cards. Which normally I wouldn't say, but the way these past sets have been looking, I don't know. But literally, if Goku's involved, and especially TOP Goku, generally the cards are kind of a crisp level of power. Now his Activate main sparking 20, right? Add up to 1 mono red Universe 7 card from your drop area to your hand, then negate this skill for the game. This is able to fish the secret rare from set 14 out of the graveyard if you mill it. Now, I think 2 sets is very, very, very close together. However, I did say in set 14, when do you see them making a focus on Universe 7 and not have Universe 7 have a secret rare? Like, think about it. Like, we got the TOP set, Awaken Power. We've got a Universal Onslaught. You've got Apex. You have Cross Spirits. You have Goku and Frieza. And now you have this. And it's very close, but I am not going to put it past them. Like, we could very well get another secret rare. Now, if this is just the case in point of them wanting you to have a way to get the secret rare back from set 14, I'm very not impressed with it, because yes, it's cool to get your secret rare back after milling, but that secret rare is kind of dog water. He costs 5 and he doesn't have deflect in a format where blue is as strong as it's been in quite some time. Yeah, not feeling that. However, if you guys want to make a new red secret rare, because I mean, it's cool to get back a boss card, but for a skill that gets negated for the rest of the game, you want it to be effective. So whether this boss card is snapped, like stronger than Divine Presence, or you have a new red secret rare, I'm on it. I'm here for it. But yeah, I think this is going to be a very graveyard-based deck, and it wouldn't surprise me if we have a mixture of free plays and a mixture of mill cards in the deck. But if that's the case, the deck is going to need to be very powerful. And you know, the funny thing is, I can definitely see this as a very fast-paced Vegex deck, because if there's anything Dragon Ball Super likes to do, it's be flavorful. And Ultra Instinct Goku in this tournament, he had a time limit. He had a fuse. He beat work into Jiren. I mean, granted, Jiren was holding his own. Jiren was a monster, but he went hard. However, he also did not last very long. Pause. Big pause. The point is, though, if this deck is milling itself while drawing and playing things from the graveyard, it might be able to put on some massive amounts of pressure, but need to close the game out quickly before his godly like strength and speed deteriorate. It would not surprise me. So those are my thoughts about this one. Just a quick overview one more time. I think it's gonna be a graveyard based deck or a drop zone based deck. I wouldn't be surprised if there were cards that came back from the drop when milled, such as the Unison. And I think that would mean there's a bunch of cards that come back recursion, and there's a bunch of cards that probably help mill. Boss cards are gonna be interesting, but the more interesting part to me is, like I said, this deck can use all the support that came out in set 14 for red U7. And hopefully they will release cards that don't have to be played from the drop area, or maybe have a drop area effect that be played with other things. People forget, when your Unison dies in Gohan, you bring back a vanilla. What if you have things where when you bring back something, you can also play, you know, like Sneak Attack Frieza, when you kill something, you can, or Surprise Attack, you can play it. What if they have something when you recur a U7, you can play this U7 from the drop? Because if that's the case, you might have some interesting plays for other decks that aren't this Goku. So that is pretty much my shtick on it. Let me know in the comments what you think. Had to get this on a little fast, wanted to kind of be breaking, cutting edge on this one. And yeah, I think I'm pretty decent on my speculation, but I do want to know what you guys think in the comments. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you next time inside Join Universe X. Later.